Hello guys, you ready for it? Your assignment today is to make a wormhole. Not a real one. That requires a lot of energy. But it's actually possible to make a wormhole in our universe, in space. I'll show you how that theoretically will be done, but you're going to make a model of it that looks somewhat like this. It's really easy to do. The first thing you do is you take a sheet of paper. You take a sheet of paper and you take a circle, like a masking tape circle or a cup, and you draw a circle in the center of the piece of paper. And then you do it again for another piece of paper of the exact same size. So now you have two pieces of paper, each with a circle in them. 1, 2. Same size circle. Try to make it in the center as much as possible. That's not essential, but the more centered, the better it'll look at the end. Then, once you've done that, you take a third sheet of paper. So you need 3 sheets of paper, scissors, tape, and a pencil. And some circle, whether it's a cup or I use the inside of a masking tape. You want it to be about this big. I would say about this big around. So notice how big that is. That's about a little more than a third. Not too big, not too small. It needs to be about this big. If you make it too big or too small, the second part won't work as well. This works perfectly. You guys see how big this is? Okay, so around there. A masking tape inside works perfectly. If you don't have masking tape, get a cup that's about that big. About that big. That's what I'm doing with my hands. So now you have 2 sheets of paper with a circle in the middle. Your third sheet of paper, you're going to cut in half. You're going to fold it in half. Careful, you're going to fold it in half lengthwise, meaning tall fold. All right, so you're going to have a sheet of paper like that. Fold it like that. Do that and cut it. Half of it you're not going to use anymore. Use it for something else. The other half you're going to divide in 8 pieces exactly. How do you do 8 pieces exactly? Well, you divide in half many times. So you draw a line in the center like this, and then you draw a line in the center of both of those sections. That'll leave you with 4. And then you draw a line in the center of all of those sections, and that'll leave you with 8. I hope that makes sense. So you draw a line in the center. That leaves 2 sections. And then the line in the center of that section and the line in the center of that section will leave 1, 2, 3, 4 sections. If you need to pause the video to do that, do that. And then you draw a line in the middle of that section, in the middle of that section, in the middle of that section, in the middle of that section. That'll give you 8 evenly divided sections. You'll notice my lines are not even. Can you guys see that? They're not perfect. They don't have to be. That's okay. You're then going to cut it into 8 strips. Those 8 strips will be the center of your wormhole. Now here's how you lay it out. I'm going to draw it. So to lay this out, you have your sheet of paper. And it has a hole in it. You're going to lay one of the strips across like that and tape it here. Don't tape it here because it needs to fold up. You then can lay another one here and tape it there. You then can fold this one up and lay another one here. I'll draw it in blue and tape it there. So those two are going to be across from each other. And then you do another one here that's across from this one, and you tape it there. So you'll notice that you're not going to tape it on top of the other one. You're going to fold that one up. So they all are going to fold up eventually, right? So you fold that one up. So you tape the one across the circle here, the red one. You fold it up, and you can make space for the blue one. I drew them red and blue. They're not going to be red and blue, right? And then you fold them up, right? And then you can lay one here. So notice you're doing the halvesies things again, and tape it there. Lay one there, and tape it there. And then do the two across from that. So it's easiest to do it if it's across from it. So you're going to fold it up, but make sure it's across from it. This took me the longest amount of time. It's going to take you the longest amount of time. This whole thing took me about, I think, 20 minutes to do, because I was really meticulous in this part. So this part needs to be the most accurate. If it ends up being sloppy, your wormhole will just be a little sloppy. Yeah. Then what you're going to do is you're going to reach your hand in, and this is the funnest part. And you're going to push through the center, and they're all going to come up. So you notice two of them are laying across each other. They're all laying across each other. They make a little gateway, and when you push it through, they all come up. And then when they all come up, this is actually, I would say this was actually the hardest part. You then need to do the same thing. What I would do is your second sheet of paper, I would mark 8 dots. I would mark 4 dots, and then 4 more dots. Notice I'm doing those to indicate that those are in between. You're going to then correspond these to these. So you're going to tape this one, call this one 1, with 1. Now be careful, since it's flipped, 2 will actually be opposite there, because you can imagine this flipping over to that one. 3 will be here, etc. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, just like that. You can imagine this flipping over onto this. Can you see that 8 goes to 8, 1 goes to 1, 2 goes to 2, and then you tape it on the inside, just as you tape this like this, and you should end up with something that looks like this. A wormhole. That's your assignment, is to make that. Part 2 is going to be to draw lines of light on it. Don't do that just yet. We'll do that one together. Just make this first and make it good. Take your time. This was a 5-minute introduction of how to make it. Please take your time and don't take 5 minutes to make it. Take 20 minutes to make it. That's a class period. 30 minutes to make it. Make it look good. Make it amazing. And then we'll look at what would it be like to go in one, to see into one. What would you see? You can start to think about that, but for now, just make it. You're amazing. Thank you.